Interesting, very, very interesting. Yes, and welcome back to The Breakfast Show, the show worth waking up for. For those of you who've just joined us, I've got guests here that will be talking about refinancing. Now, usually we specify homeowners into two separate entities, which is, well, there's the typical homeowner and there's the home investor. Which one are you? And this book, Refinancing Now, I just got my hands on it and it's easy to read, and especially for home investors who want some tips on choosing the right package for yourself and basically extending your ringgit. Now, to talk more about this, we've got two bankers who also have turned out to be good authors. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Benson Wong, who is the main author of Refinancing Now, and Mohamad Ismail Ibrahim, co-author of Refinancing Now. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
All right. Now, what are bankers doing writing a book?
Very interesting.
Very interesting. Yeah. We were thinking of ideas of saving monies, and people are interested in saving monies.
Yes.
And we were thinking, what is the best? Because saving $1 is like earning $1. Yeah. So if you can see some ideas that you're going to save money and who does want to save money and where's the best time to save money is now. So that's why the topic itself is called
Refinancing Now. And of course, you're focusing on home loans. Why home loans? Is it because real estate is one of the safest forms of investment, which is fine?
Basically, home loan is actually it's like what I call a real estate property in that sense, basically. But in terms of customers wise, why is different between the home loan and refinancing? Because of home loan is maybe customer can either go for the refinancing or other one is actually they're buying a new properties.
Yes.
But why focusing refinancing now? Because of the current situation now, looks like that the financial is actually more into how the customer want to actually extend their portfolio.
Extend their portfolio for other investments.
Yep, correct in that sense.
All right. Well, let's look at the two different portfolios, like you said before, the typical homeowner and the home investor. What's the main difference?
I think Malaysian generally aware of the terms itself called refinancing, and for those who do not understand the terms, then this is the book for this good introductory.
This is
breakfast show.
Intro 101 to homeowners, because you don't buy home by cash.
Correct.
Doesn't happen.
And we don't put a heavy text into this book. It becomes a workbook for you to glance through and pick the best package for you. And in this refinancing, we actually have two sets of people because people work their life to
own
buy
a home.
to own a house. And they might go for 30 years, 35 years loan, and they really need to work until they retire, still not able to pay for the house. And by refinancing, then it means you save the interest, you restructure to another lower interest package, and you can use that money to clear some of the other debts as well. Not only pay for your house, but if you have other debts, then you can actually pay for it.
Because we already know that actually the home loan is actually the most lowest interest in the market, comparable to like credit cards and personal whatever.
Thank you to the government of Malaysia, of course.
But as for home investors, so there are people who are very financial savvy. So they just use refinance to make the property, the installment itself become very low, and then when they rent it out, so the tenant is actually paying for the house.
So the house pays for itself?
Yeah, they pay for itself, and 5 to 10 years time, they don't like it and the property value appreciate, then they just sell it off, and there's a positive cash flow every month, and they also earn a lump sum from the property.
Great idea. And the thing is, why is the public not aware of such a simple idea?
They do have people who understand this refinancing, and they just do it maybe within their own community. And we did a Google search on the refinancing itself, and just pick one of the website itself. In a month, there are about 600,000 people logged into that particular website and just to check on refinancing calculator. So you see that there's a lot of people actually wanted to know about refinancing, whether they are from homeowner or investors.
Okay, for first-time homeowners who've never heard of the term refinancing, where have you been? Number one. And number two, of course, refinancing a good rate or a good package for yourself also would depend on the value of your house and how much it appreciates. Can you elaborate a little bit more on this?
For homeowner, normally they will just go for the first house. But then after the 5 years, or maybe they look into the letter offer and say, okay, there's no more penalties for you to transfer to another bank for a lower interest, then then you should do. And why wait? Because most of the packages are on fixed rate, or and we have now very good packages, attractive packages by all the banks, like Islamic banking. So they do offer very good rates, and this is the real time for refinancing, and BLR has gone down, and this is the lowest since 1994. And
exactly.
and
Well, for our viewers who think that BLR is a fashion luxury brand, is actually base lending rate. So you're going to read up a little bit more on that one. Now let's talk about the different packages by banks. Yeah, I mean all banks are offering attractive packages, but all of them lock you in for a period of 3 to 5 years. Am I not correct?
Yeah, they do have some packages who will lock you for a longer time if they pay for, they absorb some of the penalty from your previous bank.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
and
Alright.
also depend on what type of
Depending on the portfolio of the customer as well.
the portfolio of the customer, what type of reason you want to do a refinancing, whether you just want to pay off the previous one, or you want to cash out to buy another properties, or for your children educations or renovation.
This is what we want to find out, the different portfolios of customers. Yeah, when you refinance, of course, first of all, it depends on how much your house appreciates.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
Let's say you buy a house for 200,000. Yeah, and once you buy, CF comes out, the house appreciates to 280,000 if you're lucky. That is. So when you refinance on 280,000, right? That's how
90% of the 280,000.
90% of the 280,000. So basically, just to put things in check, you have an excess of 80,000 to play around with.
Yeah, you can use that to do business, because if you take a personal loan or you take a business loan, that is much higher. And this one is cheaper. And but for one advice is they do have customer offers, and the people who want to do refinancing, thinking of use the money to start a business, that is very risky. I only advise that you use the money to grow your existing business. That will be lesser
either investment for another property, or is it viable to actually dump back that money into your loan to reduce the payment?
They do have
They
packages.
actually consider like if there's some customer, they will use the money for standby purposes. So what happened is if they don't need to use now, what they do is just to put back into the account in a sense, because they still can withdraw back the money.
Well, that's a good idea, isn't it? To, of course, reduce the headache of paying so much every month, and also having the option of putting your money somewhere else. Let's just say you see a nice house right beside it and you want to make a bigger house. Who knows? Now, you see a lot of self-help books in terms of financial savviness. What makes your book different from those in the market?
Very simple. There's no book in the market at the moment.
Wow, so you are a trendsetter, is that right?
Correct.
So there's no book in the market at the moment that centers
By the locals in a sense.
In
on
Malaysia
home loans.
context, this is the first one. But if you're talking about Canada and US, there is a book on mortgage and refinance, but not in Malaysia context, not in the term that we use.
Not that related into the Malaysian markets. In a sense.
And you have to get something to really take to the Malaysian market, because we live by government rules.
Because inside the books, it's really we do some calculation which is very related into your own personal loans here. So that's why it's actually very suitable for the Malaysian market.
All right. So, and the way I look at it as well, the way the book is written, ladies and gentlemen, it's got lots of charts for you to understand easier. It's also a lot of point forms. For example, over here, you can at a glance find out how the numbers are supporting or not supporting your particular strategy. You can also take a look at the point form as far as benefits are concerned. So, it's easy read. And what would you like to say, especially to those who pick up this book for the first time?
If you pick up this book, then definitely there's a bonus for you, because once we have a forwarder, is Mr. Kam, and he's a panel speaker for the Age and FIBCI. And those who buy this book, they were able to get a free ticket to his property investment seminar, and he will be able to teach you how to use one loan to buy 2 properties.
One loan for two properties?
Yes.
I so want to know. So, especially for Malaysians out there, looking at the fact that this particular point in time with the global economic slowdown, things are picking up after all, but not picking up fast enough. Real estate would be the safest form of investment that I can, and of course these gentlemen would try to push through as well. Thank you very much for sharing Refinancing Now with us. You can get it in all major bookstores. Retailing for?
29.90.
29.90, 30 ringgit for a good investment. Why not? Well, especially for those homeowners who are thinking of ways to extend their cash flow, refinancing might be the answer for you. Gentlemen, thank you so much for spending some time with us.
You.
Best of luck.
Okay.
And hopefully you guys will become gurus and not stay in the bank forever.
Definitely.
Talent should not be put to waste. Okay. All right, we're going to go for a break, ladies and gentlemen.